All right, y'all. All right, so we're all live now. Hey, so why I stopped the ketogenic diet? So this will be fun. And feel free to ask questions if you want to, or hit me privately. But basically, when I was in my early 20s, I got sick, real sick, got autoimmune disorder. What's up? What's up, Fiona? How are you? So I was sick in my early years, and I stumbled into a ketogenic diet through a long fast, and I felt better. It kind of woke me up. So for 15 years, I was following a pretty regimentally following a ketogenic diet or modified low carb diet. Through exercise, I would be in ketosis continuously. And then every time I slept out, I just didn't feel very good. And so it worked. It worked absolutely wonderful if you can commit to the journey of it all. But then fast forward 15 years, and or actually even 10 years. What's up, Liz? How are you? Fast forward, I met my wife, and my wife didn't know the old me. Like she didn't know like the sick me or the other person. So she's like, "Why are you on this diet? This is like not good for our relationship." It was almost a deal breaker for us. And but she didn't understand how bad I was struggling before, like how much everything would hurt, how much everything was hard to do, how it was hard to get out of bed. Like it was tough. And she only knew the person that had been in ketosis, so that was feeling better. And so we really had a struggle for a long time. Like I would have to back 15 years ago, y'all, just so you know, there wasn't keto foods out there. I mean, it was just meat and vegetables. That's all I basically ate. But you go to a restaurant and go out for a nice dinner, or you go to a wedding or whatever else, it's complicated, right? It's not easy. I'm just going to tell you, if you like to have an adventurous traveling life, doing a strict diet and any kind of diet is not easy to do. It really controls your parameters, especially if it's health related. And so lo and behold, 8 years ago, I met a guy in birthing class, and he introduced me to drinkable ketones. I'm actually going to make one up this morning. So you've never seen this before. You're going to see it here in just a minute of like how it actually works. And he introduced it to me, and I was just like, in my brain, I'm like, if this works, this will be huge because I don't actually want to follow ketogenic diet. I love watermelon. I love fruit. I'm weird. I'm really kind of like a natural paleo guy. Like I love sweet potatoes, and I like all those things. I like desserts, but they're not like desserts aren't a driver for me. Like I don't obsess about it. I'll eat it if it's there, kind of thing. But I'm not really. It's not my thing, right? Meat is my thing, right? So that's fortunate for me because doing a ketogenic diet and liking meat is a really good thing. But it was getting to the point where we had our first child, we were having our second child, and I'm still plugging along on this ketogenic diet. I'm still, hey, if somebody knows Dusty, tell him I'm on a Zoom right now, or on a live. So I'm still plugging along the ketogenic diet. During when Prove It launched with drinkable ketones, I did the ketogenic diet for almost the first 3 years. And finally, I just realized, like, we're ready to have our third child, and I'm like, what if I just cannot do the diet and I just drink ketones and I see if it works? Like, let's try that. So that's what I've been doing for almost the last 5 years. Is I drink ketones. I do not follow a ketogenic diet. I still follow a very healthy diet. I'm very conscious of my health choices, and I encourage that. I'm primarily, I would say, more of a paleo diet, and I have fun. That's what I like to say. I'm a paleo diet guy, and I have fun. But I do drink ketones twice a day. And the reason why is because the ketones have a huge benefit on my body. They help me with sustained energy. I don't have dips. I mean, when I look around, most people think I'm in my 30s at school, and I'm as old as they are. Just to kind of put that in perspective, right? I had 4 major surgeries. I did not gain any weight from those surgeries. I was able to maintain everything. I'm not able to exercise like I used to. So I just want to put in parameters, people, that this works like in such a huge way. So now I get to drink ketones. I get my ketones because that's important to me because of my health challenges in my past. And I was a health guy, y'all. Sometimes your body just breaks down, and so because of my injuries, my head injury, my health challenges, ketones are really important for me. So if you're struggling with just life, having ketones is going to help you. It's not going to solve every one of your problems, but it's going to help you. So what I did is I decided that I'm not going to follow a ketogenic diet. I just said do. Liz, I just said do. But what I do is I I do some intermittent fasting, not all the time. I do it a few times a week. I might do a couple prolonged fast. In those situations, I'm deeper in ketosis. I still follow a relatively low carb diet. My exercise isn't back up after my hip replacement, so I'm not getting like crazy exercise. So I'm not using exercise as a way to drive down my glucose levels so that I can produce more ketones. I would say I probably still wake up in ketosis every morning to some level, probably not therapeutically, but to some level in most cases. And then I just drink ketones twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And I enjoy my day and I just eat moderately. I enjoy life. I exercise when I can. I am exercising more as I'm recovering from all my surgeries. But doo doo, yes, I said doo doo. But basically, it's simple. It's funny because I actually um, the at school everybody thinks I'm a keto diet guy, and I'm not. Like I even when we launched Prove It, I never said that you have to do a ketogenic diet. I encourage low carb living because I think most people do better with less carbohydrates. We already know that. That's already scientific. Like you don't need as many carbohydrates. There's no essential carbohydrates. There's essential fatty acids and essential amino acids. We know that people need a certain amount of protein in their diet, and that's kind of a constant. So if Liz needs 120 grams of protein a day, that doesn't change from now or in 6 years from now. Like it's the same. So we know those things are the same, but glucose or carbohydrates can vary. Fat can vary to some extent. Basically, the rule is that if the more carbs you eat, the less fat you should eat. The more fat you eat, the less carbs you eat. Right. So that's how it should. That's how usually how it works. But you still need fat because the fatty acids are really really important. You don't need a ton of carbohydrates. At the same time, is as if you've got a healthy diet, you're relatively active, you probably can tolerate more carbohydrates than most. If you've already broken your system down and been really broken down and really unhealthy, you may need to stay on a low carb or keto style diet to maybe heals your body a little bit while drinking ketones to get to your end result to be able to have that flexibility that I got. So this is how you do it. It's pretty simple. I have ice and water. My ice is almost melted. This is one of my favorite flavors. This has a little bit more ketones in it than our regular one. So this one has they're basically the same. This one has more ketones in it and another extra little fun ingredient in there. But it's a powder you mix in water, and literally within an hour, I'll have a therapeutic level of ketones in my body. So that's like most of you doing the ketogenic diet for 3-5 days if you're skilled at it to get the level of one of these. So when people go, hey, that's cheating or that stops ketone production, that's just all ignorance. It's not true. Our product doesn't stop anybody's ketones from being produced. If anything, it's going to help you be more compliant, more consistent, feel better, and help you sustain it long term and produce more ketones because of all the other benefits of it. So, unfortunately, some people just get misinformation, and they want to believe what they want to believe. Or I think some people want to do it the hard way. They don't want a shortcut. I used to be like that. Like, hey, let's go this way to the mall. I'm like, no, let's go this way. Let's go the hard way because I had to prove myself to somebody. To myself, I guess. And so this is just a shortcut. It makes life easier. It's a supplement to your lifestyle. So you're supplementing something that's very healthy, that's very natural, that's very good for you, that's never been done before in history, but backed by the top scientists in the world. And you're supplementing it so that you can find a lifestyle that you're willing to live and sustain. And some people need to go with more extreme low carb. Some people may need to go on a ketogenic diet. Some people maybe can do more of just a healthier diet, more of a standard American. What's up, Carrie? American diet, maybe you want to call it, with health food versus with crappy food. But it's been really interesting. I've been digging into some new science recently, and it's pretty fun. So with that said and done, I'm going to drink my ketones up. If you're drinking ketones currently, drop me a little. What's your favorite flavor and your favorite benefit? I would say my favorite benefit. This is my favorite flavor. It's called Ruby Rush. I like it a lot. It's so good. I would say my favorite benefit of drinking ketones is I don't have to do the ketogenic diet. That's my favorite benefit because that was my alternative. I think it's funny because like my friends, these are friends of mine, but I don't at school. I don't over pitch what I do. I just have conversations with people because I can get pretty excited about what I do, and they're like, aren't you a fraud? You don't follow ketogenic diet. I'm like, no, I drink ketones. You don't understand. Like, I don't have to. This is what I do, and I know the ketogenic diet really well. If you want to learn it, I can teach you. I'm world class at that, but I don't have to follow it. My brother-in-law has to follow it for his situation. So we're in different situations. I work with vegans around the world that do not follow ketogenic diet, and it's extremely hard to if you're a vegan. It's very, very hard to. So Ruby Rush is my favorite. Oh, Liz likes the craving controls. Helps keep the pounds off. That's good. I like it. Strawberry jams. Strawberry jams is so good. I have not had one of those in a while. Blue Ocean strawberry benefits focus. and the community. Awesome. That's the other thing about this Blue Ocean. Look at this. My favorite benefit is energy. It keeps my smile on my face. It's pretty funny that my wife's an attorney and a Marine. So let's just say that she was the biggest skeptic in the world. There's nobody out there that's a bigger skeptic. I'm not. All my world-renowned expert doctors were not nearly the skeptics that my wife was. And when she started smiling, and to this day, when she drinks her ketones, you can see a smile come on her face. It just has an impact on her mood. And what's cool, if you look at the science of all that, it actually shows you why. It's kind of neat. But um, over the next year or the rest of the year, I'm going to be doing more talking about that you don't have to follow a ketogenic diet. Although I believe in the ketogenic diet, I think a well-formulated ketogenic diet can be very helpful for a lot of people, but it's not always the end game that people have to be living by. And I think there's a hybrid to it all. And so at the same time, I don't think this is an excuse to go treat yourself like a garbage truck either. Just saying, like, I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to exercise. I want you to think clear. I want you to sleep better. I want you. That's what a health person wants, right? You want you to do all the other things. But what happens too many times is that people get on this thinking it's just a weight loss product and it can really support fat metabolism and fat loss. But you still have to do some of the work with it. And we want you to do that because that's what's going to change your life. This is just the catalyst to help you get there faster. So, with that said and done, I got an appointment. So, you all, well, get out of here. Get out of here. Cheers, y'all.